Hey everybody, it's Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette, and it is Vintage Vibes Friday with Take 5. The hosts are Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration and me from Jeannie's Palette. And we have a full lineup for you, we hope, today with the vintage inspired creations. And as you see, I've got this pretty napkin and a plastic ornament. This is one of the larger size ones. Well, I need to do something to my nails. And a little tinsel tree that I got in a package from Hobby Lobby last year. I've got a little pipe cleaner, silver pipe cleaner. And this came from the florals in Hobby Lobby last year as well. I would imagine they have the same thing again. I'm undecided on that, but I think I am going to take this apart and use that as well. So let's get started here. Now this cute little napkin, let me show you what we got here. We'll need some tweezers and some glue too. And some Mod Podge and some paint. But we'll get to all that. But look at this. Is this not darling? It's got, yeah, honestly, I'd forgotten I even ordered these napkins. I got them, I don't know when. I found them when I was cleaning up. I have 2 packs of them, and they have 4 little sides where you can do different things. I do think they're only a 2-ply, and so we'll have to pull off this second ply to get us started here. I always want to make sure that you do check and see how many plies and get those back ones off of there. Now again, about this playlist, y'all. This is, we do every other week. Take 5, and Christy and I host this, and it's so much fun, y'all. So make sure you check us out. Let me grab my scissors. You'll need scissors too. Check my description for the link to the playlist so you can see everybody that's in the playlist, as well as check out my friend Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. She's tagged there. Now, a good thing about these ornaments, we can pull this right off and put it back on when we get done. We want to do that. Now, let's see. I'm not going to be able to use, I decided I was going to use this one. It does look vintage, does it not? Those cute little angel girls. But we can't use both of them on this ornament. So I was going to decide, and I did before we got started. I want to make sure I get her little wings in there and most of the tree, at least part of the tree. But that much of her, I think, is going to be great. That's going to be what we can, again, let's see if I can zoom you in on that a little bit. So that's what we have there. Now, to Mod Podge or to cut first? I think I'm going to Mod Podge first because, yeah, I don't want to mess up and cut it too short. Now, I've got kind of a wackadoodle space set up here. I have no room in my studio. I've been working on a lot of things, and we're actually right on top of my printer. So I pulled that top off, and now I'm just going to, oopsie, I got some Mod Podge on her, but it's going to be okay. We're just going to paint up the back with our Mod Podge. And if it's, you know, too much, it's still going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Rather too much than too little. I'm going right on up to where our little cap will go. And then we can wipe stuff off as we go, because if we leave too much on there, you know what that'll do. We'll have a lot of wrinkles, and we may have some wrinkles anyway, but we're not going to worry about this. Curious if, I feel I'm pretty vintage. I was a little girl in the 70s, and, you know, some of these things, ornaments like this, and little creations with tinsel and pipe cleaners, things like that. My mama used to take ornaments and enhance them. I say now, you know, little paper houses and stuff that cost a fortune now. But she would put glitter on the little trees and things like that. You know, those childhood memories, just that nostalgia just brings back something, doesn't it? So we've got that. Now I am going to wipe that glue on my pants. And I'm going to just, let's see, I'm going to flip it right over. Oh, I can't tell, can I? But I had a sort of an idea here. And we can see when we do like that, right? See her little face popping through. And then I'm going to pick it up. And just press it here as I'm picking up. I keep trying to look at my phone because I think I'm a little bit, I'm going to come out a little so you can see a little better as to what I'm doing. Didn't need it to be close up the entire time. I've got a lot of stain under my fingernails. They're not dirty. I've been using some antique wax and things like that. So, you know, the nails are just a mess. So let's get that on there. Push it down. And again, this is a collaboration playlist, and we do vintage vibes every third time, and we have playlist every other Friday. Alright, so I'm going to, I probably should get a brush or something, but I'm going to just cut it, a wet pen, water pen here. This is going to be fine. You know, use what you got, right? It's hard to keep up with looking at it and looking at to make sure you can see what I have going on. So, now just darling. Now let's just press it down a little bit more. Probably going to have to put some more Mod Podge on there. But this is what we got so far. Let's get that off of there. May peel that back a little bit and cut some of that off. But I think it's gonna be really pretty. It's gonna be so pretty. Okay, so let's get that on there. And then I'm gonna even this up a little bit right here, and we'll come right back and add some more Mod Podge. Don't go away. Alright, so here's our back side, and if I leave that previous hyper lapse in there of me putting on the Mod Podge, I will say I was smoothing out things with my fingers, and I don't know that that's all that great of an idea because yeah, sometimes the paper will stick to your fingers and rip when you do that, so just be careful. But I just was trying to smooth out. It's probably why my nails look so terrible all the time, because I use my hands so much for stuff. So here's our front side, and then here's our back side so far. It's still drying a little bit, so I'm going to lay that down like that. Now let's get back to this little tree. I was going to hot glue, but I think I'm going to try to use my E6000. It's not an instant glue, but it is a little more permanent of a glue. I'm going to put it right on the bottom here. Especially if you're, well, I live in the southeast of the United States, and it gets very hot in summer. And anything you put up in the attic is going to get super, super hot. So hot glue, you know, may disintegrate. And this, I'm going to take some, I don't even know what I got these with, these long tweezers, but we need them to get our tree inside. Let's see if we can get a hold of that. And we're just going to push it right on down. And I did try this beforehand to make sure I could do it. Not with glue, but you know, with the tree. So we may need to hold it here. Oh, y'all, it's not going to do. Hold on. Alright, so I ended up putting some double-sided tape on the bottom, and it's the light's hitting this, so you can't really see it well, isn't it? And then it wasn't where I wanted it, but it's staying there because that tape is stronger than glue. Let's just say it's permanent. All right, so we've got that going on there. Now I wanted to oh, Sorry about that. Good googie boogie. Back to our little floral thing here. I was going to drop some of those little balls in there. I think that'll be really cute. So, and look, they'll slide right off of this thing. I think, yeah, just like that. I don't even have to cut it. And they're just silvery. I debated on white or silver, and I think with our silver tree that these little silver balls are going to be fantastic. Alright, so here's what we have with those little balls in there. I know someone's going to fuss at me for using my scissors, but I couldn't reach my wire cutters. So I think those little glittery balls in there are just what it needed. And you might could put some glitter in there too if you wanted. I don't know, but we got more to do here to it to get it all fancied up. So I'm going to set it right there, and the back is now dry. So I have plans for that as well. So grab out those paint brushes. Alright, so we're going to use this white pearlized paint that I have here, and it is a Deco Art Americana paint. It's a metallic. I'm going to paint right on top of this. I do have some silver here that I may put on top of that, but we need something light back here so that on the front side it enhances our little image and makes it a little stand out a little bit more. Now we put chalk paint here too. Let's just see how this works and get that on there good. Turn it around and see. It's already standing out a little bit better. Because if I do put the silver there, it's just going to be very dark, and we might lose our image. So we need something, and hey, we might like this enough that we leave just the pearlized white. I don't think that's going to be the case though. And I had some silver foil. That would be pretty too, like silver foil, gold foil, some kind of metallic foil that I have a hard time with that word. You can put on the back here. And this is, now I want to get it all in one direction, and we're going to get it dried up and then come right back. Okay, so as you can see, I did put a second coat of the pearlized white on there, just because it made the image pop a little bit more, and that's how it looks on the back. That little napkin is so wrinkled. I think I'm not going to do the silver, but I've run a bead of the E6000 around here, and now we're going to take our pipe cleaner and go around that. And let's see here. I left the top off so I could easily hold things, and just going to stick that right in our glue. Kids are doing this. They can just use some regular craft glue, tacky glue. That will work. This is what I had readily available. And it's working. Look at that. Perfect. Almost. Almost perfect. So let's get that pressed down. We're almost done. Alright, here we go. Now, I did try blocking the light so you could see a little better. There wouldn't be quite a glare. It just made it worse. But I think it's really cute. And you can see what we got going on here. Really a simple little, I gotta add a little bit more glue right there. A simple little thing, and it looks very vintage to me. Sweet little image. Let's get the rest of the napkin out of the way. And that's the back, but who's going to see the back, right? But I think it's so pretty. We could take that string off if we want and just put some pretty hooks. But I think she's really pretty. And guys, if you see anything that you're inspired to make, just comment for me, let me know. And I do hope you see something you like. I do paint a lot, and try to create some fun DIY things that anybody could do. I do love vintage and repurposed things, so you see that a lot. All right, guys, check the playlist link in my description. Check out my friend Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration. Watch all the videos, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe, and we'll be back. Ta-ta for now.